Hello, my most amazing artists. And how are you today? Today will be a great day. Today, we will celebrate Arab American Heritage Month. We will read the story Under My Hijab, and then we will make a drawing of a girl in a hijab. Let's create. Love, Miss Collier. So first, I have a great story to read to you called Under My Hijab. Let me move myself out of the way here. This story was written by Henna Khan. She lives in Maryland. She's a Pakistani-American Muslim. She's an author. She loves penguins and peacocks. And the story was illustrated by Aliyah Jaleel. And she lives... that is not actually, sorry. She does not live in Georgia. She lives in Texas. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. She lives in Texas, and she's a Sri Lankan American, and she's an illustrator and a design animator. So let's read our story, Under My Hijab. As you're listening, I want you to think about what you noticed in the story and see if you can figure out what a hijab is. You might already know what a hijab is, but if you don't, let's see if we can figure it out. Under My Hijab, written by Henna Khan and illustrated by Aliyah Jaleel. Grandma peeks into the oven as a brown loaf of bread starts to rise. Her hijab is carefully folded like the crusts on my favorite pies. When she's at home in her kitchen, Grandma fixes her hair in a bun. We mix up some chocolate cookies and share a sweet treat when they're done. Mama makes jokes with her patients as she peers in his ears and his throat. Her bright pink hijab looks so cheerful tucked into her tidy white coat. At home, Mama lets her long hair down as she rolls up her sleeves on her shirt. We laugh while we plant pretty flowers and make a big mess with the dirt. Auntie works hard in her studio. She's always dressed funky and cool. Her silky hijab towers up high, pinned with a handmade jewel. I help hang my very own painting on the wall of her colorful home. Auntie's hair is streaked pink and purple, a fine work of art she can comb. Jenna's our fearless troop leader. She makes us the gooeyest s'mores. Her hijab is topped with a sun hat whenever we hike in the outdoors. When dark falls, we huddle together and share spooky stories all night. Jenna's hair glows as she whispers, I shiver and hold my arms tight. My sister Zaina in high school wears something stylish each day. She puts on a fashionable outfit and wraps her hijab a cute way. Zaina ties up her hair in the evening when she takes a short break from her book. Then we dig through the clothes in her closet to find her tomorrow's fresh look. Iman tries to earn her first black belt. A sporty hijab frames her face. When she cracks a board into pieces, I'm amazed her hijab stays in place. At my house, we dance to some music. I teach Imam moves that I know. My cousin's curls bounce, jump, and tumble as we put on our own private show. These wonderful girls and smart women inspire me with all that they do. I can wear my hijab like each of them, or try something totally new. Under my hijab is a headband or a clip with butterfly wings. My hair shines bright like my future. I can't wait to see what it brings. What a great story. What's something that you noticed in the story? Yeah, all of the women in the story, well, not all of the women, but the main characters in the story wore a hijab. What is a hijab? Yeah, it's a piece of clothing that those women were wrapping around their hair. Hmm, why why would someone wear a hijab? Did it say in the story? No, it didn't really talk about it in the story, but Miss Collier spoke to a former student, she used to go to Cochrane, who wears a hijab, and she shared one reason why she wears a hijab. Now, this student told me that to be really careful because every person and every woman who chooses to wear a hijab has a slightly different reason for why they wear a hijab, but we can generally say that someone would wear a hijab to uh, to show modesty when they're out in public and to cover themselves. It's part of their religion. My former student also told me that men can practice sitra, which is the act of being modest or covering up parts of yourself when you're out in public. And so even though men don't wear a hijab, they can still also be modest and cover themselves up when they go out in public. In the story, each character wore their hijab one place, and then in the next page, they took their hijab off. What did you notice about where those women wore their hijabs? Yeah, they wore their hijab when they were out in public. Can you think of some examples? Where were they? One high schooler was at school. The aunt was at her art studio. The mom was in her doctor's office at work. Absolutely. Where were all those women when they took their hijabs off and you saw their beautiful hair? Yeah, that they were at their own home with their relatives and with their family. And so my former student also told me that when you're with relatives or when you're with family, a woman might decide to take her hijab off because she is safe in their own home. But when she goes out in public, she might put her hijab back on. So let's look at a couple pictures. What do you notice about this picture? This girl's wearing a white Nike hoodie. It's got the pink Nike logo, and her hood is up over her hair. What about this picture? What do you notice about the girls in this picture? Yeah, one girl, she is not wearing a hijab. She has her hair uncovered, and this little girl has a hijab on and she has her hair covered. Where do you think they are? It looks like they're at school. Absolutely. I wonder if we look at these two pictures next to each other, how are the girls in these pictures the same? Yeah, the girl wearing the hijab and the girl with her hoodie up, they both have their hair covered. Is there much of a difference between them? Not really. It looks almost exactly the same when you wear a hijab versus when you wear your hoodie up. What's different about the two pictures? Sure, in this one there's another person. In this one there's only one person. Miss Collier wanted to talk to you about something kind of important that's happening in France right now. So France is another country in Europe, and currently some lawmakers are trying to pass a law that would make it illegal for kids to wear a hijab in public. So, But there's nothing about if they can wear a hoodie. They could still wear a hoodie in public. Do you think there's much of a difference between the look of wearing a hijab and wearing a hoodie? Not really. Who do you think it harms if this law passes? Yeah, it harms any young girl who wants to wear a hijab. My former student told me that wearing a hijab is a choice, that as you grow up, girls who practice Islam might decide that they feel it's important to cover up and wear a hijab as part of their religion in practicing Islam. And so right now in France, they're trying to pass a law to make it that kids wouldn't have the right to be able to choose to wear that. And we can see in these two pictures that seems a little unfair, that this girl could go to school and put her hoodie up, but this girl wouldn't be able to wear her hijab at school. If you want to read more about what's happening in France, you can click the link here to read an NPR article, or you can listen to it being read to you. So today, to celebrate all of the women and girls and people who choose to wear a hijab, we're going to watch this video and draw our own girl in a hijab. And then, you won't see it in this video, you can decorate your hijab. When I talked to my former student, she said that if you could wear it on a shirt, then you could wear it on a hijab. So you could put hearts or flowers or stripes, use any beautiful colors and make your hijab on your character here look like something you might wear. Even if it's not a hijab, you might wear it on a shirt. So take a moment. The link is in, I'll put the link in the description here. Make your own woman wearing a hijab and decorate it. I can't wait to see what you create. All right, I love you, friends. I miss you, and I'll see you later. Bye.